Club.
Thank you, Hima.
It's a pleasure having you here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You're absolutely welcome. So today is Motivation Monday, and we want to use your story to motivate our viewers out there and to also tell them that nothing is impossible. Whatever God-given talents you have received from God, you can still go ahead and achieve it regardless of what life throws at you.
Sure.
So Adelaide, let me start by asking you about your journey so far. How was your environment growing up, and let's talk about, since you were little to you now, but let's summarize it, okay, due to time. Okay. So, let's just talk about your environment growing up and, where you are now.
Okay, thank you very much. I'd like to say hello to our viewers this morning. Yes. Yeah, I grew up in Nongwa. I am the firstborn of my family. I schooled in Nongwa for a while, and then I continued. I wrote BC when I was in Form 2. Okay. And then I went to senior high school, Ganata Senior High School. Then when I got to my final year, I had cerebrospinal meningitis and lost my sight in the process.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And since then, how was it for you when you found out that you had this condition and eventually you lost your sight due to it?
Well, so during the process, I lost my memory as well.
Wow.
So I lost touch with the physical world. I didn't know exactly what was going on until I went into coma for a while, came out of coma, and I was still struggling what was going on with me. I forgotten my name and everything in the past. So they actually had to talk me through my life story, what happened. And so when I finally got to the realization of the fact, time had passed. So it was a while before I got to know. But, growing up, I always wanted to be in the position where I was going to be able to put a smile on somebody's face or to make somebody happy just because of me. So in as much as I was shaken by the condition, or I didn't know exactly what was going on because it was a very big blow to me.
Yeah, of course.
But I had to position myself where I could continue doing what I wanted to do in life. And I had my pastor, Pastor Kennedy, my mom, my dad, everybody around me helped me to put myself together. And I'm here today.
Oh, that's amazing. And I feel like at the end of the day in life, everything happens for a reason, because maybe you wouldn't be on the AM Club if it wasn't for some of the challenges that you face, So at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. And we are very happy, or I'm very happy, that you've been able to use whatever you have to still make an impact with your talent. Now, let's talk about the struggles. I mean, you mentioned memory loss, you mentioned sight loss as well, you mentioned families and friends around you having to literally talk through your childhood to, get to the point where you were at that moment. So what were some of the struggles that you faced that came with the challenge that you had?
Okay, so physically, I was paralyzed for a while because it was a brain condition, so my whole body was shut down. And so I currently still have spinal issues. I can't sit for too long. I feel weak sometimes. But I was hallucinating as well. And I was so confused because I was the first one of my family. I kind of was doing everything on my own. I was in control of everything, first word things.
Exactly. I trust you. I know what you mean.
I know, right? And I like to do my things in a particular way. So now that I had to depend on people, it was really a big deal for me because I'm a bit picky. I want to wear this dress. I want to eat this food. And now somebody has to do it for me the way they want it. And I was all over the place. Sometimes I would cry and shout. And then my mom sat me down and said, see, this is the condition you find yourself in. You have to tell yourself the truth. And now I also spoke to myself that, see, these people are trying to help you. You can't get everything like you want. So just cope and appreciate the help. So that's what kept me going. And with time, when I was getting stronger, I was able to do my own things. I can pick my own clothes. I can dress my bed, and I became more independent.
Wow.
So yes, I kind of I'm getting better with time.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's amazing. That's amazing. So now let's talk about your musical career. Have you always been in love with music? Did you always want to sing, or it was something that came later in life?
Music has always been with me from childhood. When you see my terminal reports, there's something attitude or something. The right singing, always singing in class. Yeah, I was always singing in class. I was always singing everywhere, but I didn't know I was going to do it professionally or be out there and recording in the studio and all that. So singing has always been with me.
That's amazing. And now the fact that you're using singing to tell your story, to impact people's life, how does that make you feel?
I feel very great and fulfilled because now I know a whole lot of people are looking up to me than I thought. So it makes me feel very great.
But did you ever feel like, you know what, maybe let me not sing because, you know, people are going to see me in a different light or judge me because of maybe the challenge that I'm facing as a human being? Or did you feel like, you know what, this is my God-given talent, let me still go ahead and sing?
Well, I didn't feel that way because I know as humans, whatever you do, somebody will definitely have something to say about it. So it's just about staying focused and doing what you think is right and working according to the will of God for your life. I think that's just it.
That's absolutely amazing. And so far, what would you say has been your biggest achievement so far?
My biggest achievement has been preventing people from looking down upon themselves and making people find their value. A whole lot of people, I've heard so many stories, even up to now, people replay my old videos and they're inspired. I feel so great. Sometimes I'm like, okay, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a nurse or be a doctor. Maybe Nadia, I'm going to give like 10 injections and that will be all. And nobody's going to replay back your injection or reject themselves. So now that I'm doing my music and it's going everywhere, apart from music, even the way I talk, the way I carry myself and everything, I think it's a great privilege for me to go through this, that I will be in a position to inspire people like me and people that even do not have any disability are even inspired by me.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing, and it's very well said also. So now when it comes to the 3 things that motivates you in life, today is Motivation Monday, and I just want to get 3 things that you as an individual motivates you to keep going and to do whatever you do.
Okay, I think the first would be the promises of God for my life. Mostly, I compare myself to the people in the Bible. Sorry, please pardon my voice.
Oh, no, it's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah,
it's Hamatan season, so
I know.
even me, I'm struggling.
Sorry. So, I always believe everything that the Bible says. I'm not going to leave you nor forsake you. And I still move by that. Again, I am inspired by, or I'm motivated by the girl in my dreams, what I see myself becoming, who I dream seeing myself, like where I dream seeing myself. I'm very motivated by that because I kind of see the end product. This is where you're supposed to be. So if you're not getting there, it means you have to push harder. And then thirdly, I'd say the people that look up to me, even in my condition, a whole lot of people look up to me that I feel so humbled by. So these are the things that keep me going.
That's absolutely amazing. But then now, what are your aspirations also? What do you see yourself doing in the near future? What do you want to achieve in the near future? How do you want your music to impact people in the near future?
Okay, so I stated earlier, I always want to be in a position where somebody can see me and smile. Somebody can just look at my smile and just have hope for tomorrow. I just want to go harder, go higher with my music. I'm currently doing some TV programs. I'm hosting persons with disability. and empowering people like that. So I know, fast forward into the future, I'm going to be getting more platforms and opportunities, and I'm going to make it bigger and better. I'm sure somebody somewhere in some village or some city needs to hear my voice, needs to see me, needs to hear my song, needs to hear something from me. And so that's what I'm going to be pushing for. Every now and then I'll be praying and be working on myself and be hoping to get more opportunities that can make me a better me, that can put smiles on the faces of people.
Okay, I love that. That's absolutely amazing. Do you know what? I feel like just the things that you say are inspirational enough to me. I mean, I'm sitting here interviewing you, but I am so inspired by the things that you're saying and by your story and your journey. And I hope that the people watching us are also inspired. But send in your thoughts and comments to our WhatsApp number at 0550-331-511. Let me know what has been motivating you throughout the whole conversation with Adelaide this year. Okay, so Adelaide, I mean, Christmas is just around the corner, and I just want to ask you one fond memory of, you know, Christmas for you. What, you know, what did you do back then during Christmas, or that you do now during Christmas that, you know, would always make you smile?
I've never thought of this.
I know, it's a top one.
I'd say my childhood.
Yeah.
When it was Christmas, you wear the hats with the rubber over here.
Yes.
And we're all over the place with balloons and stars. And now I don't do that anymore. It just reminded me, I'll go and get that stuff.
Yes, okay, yes, you should. I think that's a good thing. I mean, there's so many things that we used to do back then that we don't do anymore. And it's all part of growing up, I guess, you know, becoming adults. But Adelaide, if anybody wants to contact you, if anybody wants to send you a message, connect with you, where do they go to?
Okay, you can follow me on my social media handles, Adelaide the Seer Official on Instagram, on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. You can also call me on 0593 229 201.
Okay, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much, Adelaide the Seer, for joining me for this wonderful conversation right here on the AM Club for today's hashtag, which is Motivation Monday. I mean, I'm inspired. I hope that you've been inspired as well. And, oh, God, this person said, she speaks so well. Tell her she's an inspiration to everyone and not only those going through tough times. God bless her. This person said, hey, greetings to you. This is Logic from Cameroon. Please tell Adelaide her voice is so nice. I think people really like your voice. Okay, but you have a song with Dope Nation called What a God, and we're going to wrap up this conversation by listening to that, so enjoy.
No weapon, no weapon, he be ginger me. He be my family. When I offend, he be cool, he accepts my apology. What a God, oh. What a God, oh. What a God, oh. What a God, oh. Baba God, where they watch my matter, he they give me kwacha, anything I say, he they come my way. Baba God, where they give me kwacha, he they talk my matter, anything I say, he they come my way. What a God, oh. What a God, oh. What a God, oh. What a God, oh.
Pray to God, pray to heaven. What be your matter? What be your burden? When I am down, Father, heal my wounds. I just pray me, I never do one go to 37. So why? I'm a believer, be my redeemer. If you be help you the want, you go receive them. One eyes only see within this Dope Nation and Adelaide the Seer.
What a God, oh. What a God, oh. What a God, oh. What a God, oh. Baba God, where they watch my matter, he they give me kwacha, anything I say,
He dey come my way. Baba God where they give me kwacha. He dey talk my matter. Anything I say, he dey come my way.
What a God, oh. What a God, oh. What a God, oh. What a God, oh.
And welcome back to the AM Club live on MX24 TV here at the Silicon Square Studios in East Legon, Accra. Having so much fun as usual. My name is Godwin Nambu. We just had a very interesting conversation with Adelaide, the Seer, and that was very insightful. Thank you very much for that, Edma. Up next is, of course, what we call the plug. And Festival of Lights is happening. Now, have you ever wondered what the Independence Square will look like when it is spiked up with the brightest and most immersive light experiences? Well, KAPT LLC and Nebula Group, in partnership with Beyond the Return, National Folklore Board, and the Office of Diaspora Affairs, presents the Festival of Light. And if you're wondering what it is, well, I have two strong, handsome gentlemen in here with me to tell us all about it. And to give us the information, I have to my immediate right, John Ampere Addison, right? Yes. John Ampere Addison is a partner of the Festival of Light, as well as Edwin Ampere, they are brothers. Addison, partner of Festival of Light as well. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
I trust you're doing well.
Doing very well. Yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much. Let's get into the Festival of Lights and tell us all about it. Christmas, every Christmas we see that Ghana is lit up, well lit up everywhere you pass. And my colleague and I were talking about it this morning. But what is the Festival of Lights? If you could shed some light on it for us. Let me begin with you, Edwin. I don't know why you look like the junior. Is he the junior?
Yes, he is.
Look, I did very well. You're the junior. I can see on your face. Tell us about it.
So the Festival of Lights, it's an event that we came up with to make sure that families can have something to do, and also just anybody can have something to do aside from the regular nightlife type scenes whenever Christmas is here. And like you said, Accra is lit up. We do see the streets lit up, but is there a place that people can go to, right? And it doesn't matter it being like maybe, let's say, early in the day or late in the day, but mostly like kids. Is there a place they can go to and enjoy with their parents, and also even for lovers and for just couples and whoever it may be? So Festival of Lights, it's pretty much a concept set up like an African village. That is all lit up. This year, we're doing it at the Independence Square.
Right.
So imagine the Independence Square being lit up with that village type concept in there. So it will be more of like an African village that you're entering, and you will have the entire field with birds chirping and everything.
Slow down for us.
So
Edwin, slow down for us. I need a mental picture of what you are saying.
You need a mental picture.
I'm imagining, yes. So we have the Independence Square, which we all know,
yes,
or the Black Star Square, and we are going to create a sort of village of lights.
Yes.
Everywhere is going to be lit up.
Yes.
Interesting. In fact, you described to me, John, you described to me what a picture of it is going to look like.
Okay. So think of your typical village hut, right? You go to the village, you see the structure of a hut. All right, so before you enter, there's going to be a tunnel. The tunnel would pretty much be covered with lights, have a few leaves in there, and then within the tunnel, we're going to push through sound of birds chirping even before you get into the setting. So it gives the feeling of you're entering into this enchanted, mystical village. And once you get into the village, which is the setup, it's a circular setup. So there are two huts. There's one on the external, and then there's another one in the middle, in the middle and internal. And then in the middle of the entire village will be a huge Christmas tree, which would also be lit up. And the inner circle would have lights from this Christmas tree all the way coming down to cover the inner circle of the setup, making you feel like you're in a dome. And each of those huts, we've come up with different themes for the entire setup. And each of those huts would be decorated in a certain way with the lights to sort of bring that specific theme to life.
This is very interesting. Now, you've never been to Disneyland. You're bringing Disneyland to the Blaster Square. But, and then, Edwin, so why I'm a lover of lights. Maybe because I'm a film person, I love lights. But why lights and why this concept and how did it come about, briefly?
So lights, because it brings people together. Whenever people see lights, they feel the warmth, they feel the excitement. And what better way to showcase this than Christmas, right? Christmas, we want to uplift the spirits in Christmas. I mean, we know COVID happened. We know people have lost loved ones. What better way to bring everybody together, people from all walks of life together, just to celebrate that, and also be pretty much grateful, right, for the time that we have. How did it come about? Is we traveled around the world and we noticed that there were these type of concepts happening in different countries. So we're like, why not do something like that in Ghana? Because honestly, when we were growing up, because we grew up in Ghana as well, he went to Infantsipim, I went to St. Augustine's.
That is interesting.
Yeah, so we have a rivalry already going on, right? But we grew up in Ghana for a little bit before we left, and we noticed that around Christmas time, aside from nothing wrong with it, but going to church, going home, having the family gatherings, there's really nothing much to do for people in general to do. So that's how this came about. It's something different from the regular party type scene, but even those that go to the party can definitely be here because there's something there for them as well.
And so who is invited to come to the Blaster Square? When is this happening and who's invited to come there?
So it is happening on the 22nd and the 23rd of December.
Right.
That should be Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday and Thursday. This Wednesday. So it's just like 3 days away.
Right.
This event is open to everybody. So from kids to families, to young folks, to older adults, anyone who just wants a very relaxed setting and light, but still be able, not specifically like a party, right? Not like a carnival, but still be able to appreciate trying to immerse yourself in a very magical experience with huge ornaments scattered all around, being in this village setting, your own Ghana, concept, but lit up in a beautiful way where everybody is just there having a good time, enjoying music, food, and different activities that we're going to have.
22nd, 23rd, and this is certainly in the evening, isn't it?
Yes, so the time, the doors open at 3
p.m.
Right, but I mean, obviously we can do it at 6, but we know people will get there at 8. We'll get at 8, so we did it 3, from 3 to midnight, and people can sort of come and go anytime they want. But I'll say for you to really truly appreciate the light, you definitely want to stay through the evening because we have a few surprises in the evening as well.
Is it free? Is it? Well, how much is it going for?
So for kids 0 and 5, it's free.
Wonderful.
For kids 6 to 16, it's 35 Ghana cedis, and then for adults, if you're single, it's 90. And then I know for couples is 170 Ghana cedis.
Wonderful.
And then we're also pushing for like folks to come with their family and their group. So we actually have the group tickets for anything 4 and over being about 320 Ghana cedis.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So you know the place to be, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, I think. It's on the flyer behind me. You want to be at the Blaster Square, or if you're an old school like me, Independence Square. It's happening from 3 p.m. Don't miss out. Festival of Lights. We can't wait to see how that is going to go. But John and Edwin Addison, I believe I can say, before we go, which is the best school, mobile or gas school?
Mobile, of course.
Oh, it'd be a gas school. You know if you say mobile.
Anyway, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with us. And still moving on, here is Holy Night by Marrick City as you stand by for Lifestyle Daily.